President Federation Cup between Rivers Angels and Nasarawa Amazons. They set the clash at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in the women's final. The high-stake match sees cup holders Rivers Angels chasing a 10th title, while Nasarawa Amazons aim to repeat their 2019 triumph. The Amazons will miss key players Richard Unachuku, Sikeratu Issa due to national team duty, but boast experienced names like Captain Josephine Matthias. Rivers Angels, led by coach Tosan Blackson, defeated the Bomangers 1-0 in the semi-final. The final will attract top dignitaries, including governors of Kwara State, we also hear that the sole administrator will also be around of Rivers State, and NFF officials. Now, the historic stadium site of Nigeria's first cup final in 1945 is set for a vibrant celebration of women's football. Joining us this morning to preview this wonderful game and matchup is a sports journalist and, of course, one who understands the rounded game of football in the women's category. Itoro Jimmy joins us this morning. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for joining.
Good morning, Favor. It's always a pleasure to be here.
All right, Itoro, we have two teams that did not win the did not win the Super Six. Nasarawa Amazons came close. Rivers Angels also at the point in time they were almost there to win the tournament, and this is an opportunity for them to lay their hands on the trophy. They've not had opportunities to play back-to-back football in the last few months because, of course, the season has ended. But what kind of final should we expect? Will it be all about, the adrenaline rush, maybe coaches wanting to make a statement, especially for Tosan Blackson, who was not the coach of Rivers Angels when they last won the title?
Yes, Favor, we should be expecting a cracker, especially, I love the fact that you actually mentioned that both teams actually lost out, this season. But of course, Nasarawa Amazon coming really, really close to winning the title, the NWFL title, and losing out, by just a point. You see that they really would want this very, very much. Rivers Angels are the current champions, and of course, they will want to defend it with everything they've got. Yes, the coach will also have this opportunity to prove that he can do something. He can still get something out of this season after all. But I know Nasarawa Amazons are not going to make it really easy because they want it as much as well. Nasarawa Amazons really do want this. Rivers Angels have won this a couple of times more, and of course I will be banking on that, but it's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be an easy one at all. We're going to see brilliance from both coaches and players at this final.
All right, let's look at the tactical aspect. Both sides. For Rivers Angels, they play at the Adokie and Messi Maka Stadium. It's grass. For Nasarawa Amazons, they play at on an artificial turf in Nasarawa, in Lafia. Now, I've heard, teams say, oh, it's not easy. They're different. It's a different feel when you play on the grass and when you play on an artificial turf. Do you think that might play a major role? And also, having dignitaries come out to support, how much of impact would this, with their presence, mean on this game? And then secondly, don't you think it's time for something, aside being champions of the women's women's FA Cup, to be tied, or like what we have for the men's, where we have that the winner will represent Nigeria, at the CAF Confederations Cup, but for the women's, it's just, thank you for winning the trophy and then a paltry amount of money. Don't you think more fees needs to be tied to the women's angle, because it seems the glamour is more about the men's?
Yes, I quite agree with you. I'm going to start from your third, question, because really, I think this would actually give, more of our women's team recognition in the continent, and of course, giving them the opportunity and knowing what is at stake for them to fight for it the more. At this point, Nasarawa Amazons, Rivers Angels, to give Nasarawa Amazon an opportunity to also, go ahead, represent Nigeria in the continent. Rivers Angels have actually gotten a few of that, and of course, it won't be a bad one to also see them there. For the men, they have the opportunity. Actually, for the men, it's kind of dicey, when you look at the finals, the people that are playing Abakaliki and, of course, Kwara United, considering the fact that Abakaliki are actually relegated from the, NNL to NLO. I don't know if they still have the opportunity to go that far, but it would be really nice to see 2-3, women's, team at the continental level, and this presidential federation, Cup should actually be something that they should harness and not just saying thanks for coming. These ladies go through a whole lot to get to this point. They really do go through a whole lot to get to this point. I mean, traveling the distance and all that. And let's go back to playing at the artificial turf and playing on grass. I would say that, yes, it actually plays a lot of role. I mean, considering the fact that you've learned how to play on grass. You've mastered the art of playing on grass and then playing at artificial turf. But let's not forget that most of the teams, that has to play at the artificial turf. Come to think of it, and I'll just go back to I think last month when they played the Super Six was on an artificial turf. So I want to say that Rivers Angels, not just even though they played on natural grass, I think they also have mastered playing on artificial turf. So they are going to come with their A game as well. And both teams, I think, are very good on playing on the artificial turf. So we're going to see something very, 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 very classy today. We're going to see a very, very intense game because these players. If you actually follow the last matches for the Super Six last month, you will see that they were both hungry, but I think they both, Nasarawa Amazon actually had it at the tip of their finger, but somehow they lost out. However, Rivers Angels didn't really start that well. They really didn't start that well, but we saw what they could do in the last two games they played. And I think that's the mindset that they'll be going into these finals with at the end of the day. We shouldn't think that it's going to be any easy at all. I just want to see goals. I want to see goals because both teams play fast-paced football and they score goals. So I just want to see goals and not take it to lottery at the end of the day, and then we have penalties.
All right, Itoro GBC, you want to see goals, but I feel for the ladies playing at 1 p.m. Nigerian time, the scorching sun. I don't know if goals will get to see goals, but we hope to see goals too. But we hope that one day our finals will move away from 1 p.m. and have finals in the evening where people can come together. We have more persons come around to watch. I know, yes, TV rights might play a major role as part timing of these finals, but we can have finals of the women in one day and have the finals of the men in another day. That's we hope that we get to that point. But before I let you go, I'd like to put you on the spot. Who is your money on, Rivers Angels or Nasarawa Amazons?
Okay, at this point, I think I would say, with the experience, it will be Rivers Angels. As much as I want to, really, I see Rivers Angels with the experience and the doggedness and, of course, the determination. They've got that going for them. We have, players in this squad that actually played, in the last finals as well. So with the experience, I would say Rivers Angels are going to go for a win.
All right, Rivers Angels all the way for Itoro GB. I don't know if the viewers would go with her. The bookies are looking and observing. Should we give Rivers Angels lesser odds or should we give Nasarawa Amazons more odds? But all the same, we hope to see the very best of finals. Congratulations to whoever wins at the end of the day. But thank you very much, Itoro GB, for joining us this morning to talk about women's football and what to expect in the final later today.